The year is 1556, a pivotal moment in the history of the Indian subcontinent. Two formidable armies stand poised on the dusty plains of Panipat, north of Delhi, ready to engage in a battle that will shape the future of a nation. The fate of India hangs in the balance, with every soldier aware of the monumental significance of the impending clash. On one side, the young Mughal Emperor Akbar, barely a teenager, fights to secure his inheritance and establish his legacy as a ruler. Against him stands Hemu, a Hindu general of humble origins who has risen through the ranks to challenge the might of the Mughal Empire. The air crackles with anticipation as both sides prepare for a confrontation that will be remembered for centuries. This is a clash of empires, a battle for the soul of India, where every sword stroke and arrow shot carries the weight of history. The Second Battle of Panipat, as it would be known, wasn't just a clash of armies. It was a clash of ideologies, a struggle between two visions for the future. Akbar represented the burgeoning Mughal Empire, a symbol of new beginnings and expansion, while Hemu, a Hindu king, embodied the resistance of the old order, fighting to preserve his way of life. This wasn't just about land or power. It was about the future of a subcontinent, the destiny of millions, and the legacy that would be left behind. The stakes couldn't be higher, as the outcome of this battle would determine the course of history for generations to come. The Mughal Empire, though powerful, was still finding its footing in India. Akbar's grandfather, Babur, had established the dynasty just decades earlier, but his sudden death in 1530 had left the throne vulnerable. Akbar's father, Humayun, struggled to maintain control, facing internal rebellions and external threats. Humayun's exile in Persia further weakened the Mughal grip on power, allowing ambitious rivals to fill the void. One such figure was Hemu, a general who had risen through the ranks to become the prime minister and de facto ruler under the Suri dynasty. Hemu, a shrewd strategist and a gifted leader, capitalized on the Mughal weakness, uniting Hindu kings and consolidating his power in northern India. Hemu's story is the stuff of legends. Born into a humble family, he rose through sheer grit and determination. He started as a saltpeter trader, a seemingly unremarkable beginning, but his sharp mind and keen understanding of military strategy did not go unnoticed. He climbed the ranks under Sher Shah Suri, proving his mettle in various campaigns. By the time Humayun died, Hemu had emerged as a formidable force. He had a string of victories to his name, capturing Agra and Delhi from the Mughals. His coronation as the ruler of Delhi, assuming the title of Vikramaditya, sent shockwaves through the region. Hemu, the Hindu king, dared to challenge the Mughal hegemony. His ambition knew no bounds. News of Hemu's advances reached Akbar and his regent, Bairam Khan, as they were in Punjab. Realizing the gravity of the situation, they swiftly mobilized their forces and marched towards Delhi. Both armies were a spectacle to behold. Akbar's army, a mix of cavalry, infantry, and artillery, showcased the might of the Mughal war machine. Hemu's army, larger in number, was no less impressive. It boasted a formidable contingent of war elephants, their tusks fitted with steel spikes, creating havoc among enemy ranks. The two armies were a study in contrast, each with its strengths and weaknesses, ready to collide in a battle that would determine the fate of India. Section 5. The Battle of Panipat, a turning point. The armies met at Panipat, a historic battlefield that had witnessed many a clash of empires. This was not just any battle. It was a decisive moment that would shape the future of the Indian subcontinent. The stakes were incredibly high, and both sides knew that the outcome would be monumental. The battle commenced at dawn, the air thick with tension and the smell of gunpowder. As the first rays of the sun pierced through the morning mist, the soldiers steeled themselves for the brutal conflict ahead. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the anticipation of what was to come. Hemu's forces, spearheaded by the war elephants, initially gained the upper hand, pushing back the Mughal flanks. These massive creatures, armored and fierce, struck terror into the hearts of their enemies. The Mughal lines wavered under the relentless assault. The Mughal soldiers fought bravely, but the sheer size and ferocity of Hemu's army seemed unstoppable. Every inch of the battlefield was contested with blood and sweat. The Mughals, though outnumbered, displayed remarkable courage and resilience. A turning point came when Hemu, leading from the front atop his war elephant, was struck by a stray arrow that pierced his eye. This sudden and unexpected injury was a devastating blow to his forces. The mighty warrior slumped in his howdah, his vision blurred, his body racked with pain. His once commanding presence was now a symbol of vulnerability, and his troops could sense the shift in momentum. His sudden incapacitation sent a ripple of confusion through the ranks. Soldiers who had been fighting with unwavering determination now found themselves leaderless and uncertain. The tide of the battle began to turn. The Mughals, seizing the opportunity, launched a counter-offensive. With renewed vigor, they pressed forward, turning the chaos into a decisive advantage. The battlefield, once dominated by Hemu's forces, now saw the Mughals gaining the upper hand. Section 6. The Mughal Triumph. Bairam Khan, seizing the opportunity, rallied the Mughal forces. He unleashed his reserve cavalry, who charged into the heart of the now disorganized enemy lines. The Mughal artillery, strategically positioned on higher ground, rained fire on the enemy, further adding to the chaos. Hemu's forces, leaderless and disoriented, began to falter. The battle raged for hours, a chaotic whirlwind of steel, smoke, and blood. But the Mughal forces, reinvigorated and with the wind at their backs, gradually gained the upper hand. The tide had turned decisively in their favor. By nightfall, Hemu's army was routed, their dream of a Hindu empire lying shattered on the blood-soaked battlefield. Section 7. Legacy of Panipat. The Second Battle of Panipat was a watershed moment in Indian history. It cemented Mughal rule in northern India and marked the beginning of Akbar's long and illustrious reign. Had Hemu's arrow found its mark in Akbar instead, the course of Indian history might have been drastically different. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The victory at Panipat solidified the Mughal Empire's position as the dominant power in the Indian subcontinent. Akbar, now secure on his throne, would go on to become one of the greatest rulers in Indian history, known for his wisdom, his tolerance, and his vision of a united and prosperous India. Section 8. The Young Emperor. Akbar, though young, was a shrewd and ambitious ruler. He understood that to rule India effectively, he needed to win the trust and support of its diverse people. He adopted a policy of religious tolerance, abolishing the jizya, a tax imposed on non-Muslims, and welcoming Hindus into his court and administration. He forged alliances with Hindu Rajput rulers, cementing his rule through marriage and diplomacy. Akbar's reign was a period of peace, prosperity, and cultural flourishing. He patronized the arts, architecture, and literature, creating a legacy that would inspire generations to come. Section 9. The Victor and the Vanquished. The Second Battle of Panipat is a reminder that history is not just about dates and battles, but about the choices made by individuals and the impact of those choices on the course of nations. It is a tale of ambition, courage, and the relentless pursuit of power. Akbar and Hemu, two remarkable men from vastly different backgrounds, each with their own dreams and aspirations, clashed on the plains of Panipat, a place that would become synonymous with their epic confrontation. Each fighting for his vision of India, they led their armies with determination and valor. The battle, though a decisive victory for Akbar, was not just a simple win or loss. It was a tragedy for both sides. Countless lives were lost, families were torn apart, and the land was left scarred by violence. The aftermath was a somber reminder of the cost of war. Yet it also marked a turning point, a moment of transformation. Paving the way for a new era of Mughal rule, Akbar's victory laid the foundation for a unified India under Mughal dominance. An era that would shape the destiny of India for centuries to come, influencing its culture, architecture, and governance in profound ways. Section 10. Explore the past. The Second Battle of Panipat is just one of countless epic battles that have shaped the course of human history. Each battle, a tapestry of courage, ambition, and sacrifice, offers a glimpse into the past, reminding us of the enduring power of human resilience and the ever-evolving drama of our shared history. So go, delve into the annals of history, explore these epic battles, and discover the captivating stories they hold, for in understanding our past, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our shared journey. Subscribe to Crazy Color Facts and join us as we uncover more epic moments from history that shaped our world. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring.